actually the full title.
Yeah, it's DC's Legends of Tomorrow.
Okay. It looks okay.
Yeah,
yeah, I can't wait to get to that.
I've been doing my research for that, and you know how I've been doing like a like comic overview of just like this person was made by this person in this year.
So you've had to do a
I've
comic
done that with
review
like
of every single person.
Not
in
only
there.
that, but what like where in the Arrowverse they were introduced.
Oh, that must be fun. You're gonna have some fun Venn diagrams to show me later. I cannot wait.
On the bright side, though, with this one, it's like completely separate.
I mean, it's connected to Superman.
It is. Well, yeah, it's really fucking connected to Superman.
She was just off screen the entire time, and you didn't even notice.
Yeah.
But this is good timing. You're getting into Supergirl right now.
Yeah. I mean, I talked last couple of weeks about how I've been like a DC fan for a while, but obviously with the MCU and the DC films sucking because I don't like the Snyder films.
Yeah,
it was kind of hard to be a DC fan, except for the CW shows. But yeah, because of that, like I was never that big on Superman or Supergirl. But then James Gunn's one came out, and I really fucking liked it, and I still love it. And then
what's the derogatory term the Snyder fans have for James Gunn fans?
I don't know. I know we call them like the Snyder heads or like the fans.
Yeah.
I have no idea what the reverse is.
James Gunners.
I mean,
because you're going for guns for Gunners. James Gunn.
Yeah, Gunner.
That sounds like too positive though. They would call it something like
Snyder fans would just call them a slur or something.
Yeah, they would call them.
I don't know what my censor sound will be this episode.
You know when her mum shows up at the end, she goes,
yeah, that was a bit.
Can you use that?
Yeah, of course.
Thank you.
Yeah, I will. But yeah, since so I got into Superman, and then I started reading Superman comics. And what was the first one I bought?
All-Star.
All-Star. So I read All-Star Superman, and then for my birthday, Garen got me Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow, which is what the Supergirl film is going to be based on. And I love that. And then you recently got me Superman Rebirth, which I'm about halfway through now, and I'm really liking. So yeah, before last year, I'm like a fake Superman fan in terms of like, fake fan. You know what people say when it's just like,
you're doing more than most. So.
Yeah, it's like I'm actually actively reading Superman and Supergirl.
Yeah.
And I'm really excited for the Supergirl movie.
Yeah. Was that comic published after this show? Or was it pre?
Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow specifically? Yeah. I'm not sure. I can either go up or we can Google it. My phone's charging though.
Go get it.
Okay.
I'm going to make it harder for you. I'm going to do a Christopher Reeve. I'm going to rewind time.
Fly around the planet.
Yeah. Whoa. Whoa.
Yeah, it's actually really recent. It's only like 2020, 21.
Oh, there you go. So,
yeah, I'd like to read more.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that I know I've seen some people critiquing it already from the trailer, and I understand why, especially like women's perspective. But I really like the idea of Supergirl being with the story of how she was trapped in the Phantom Zone and stuff. I like what James Gunn seems to be doing, where she's just kind of like processing that trauma.
Yeah.
And like you got Superman who grew up in a loving family.
Yeah.
And, inspires hope. And then this
No, I'm all for the characterization of her being just a fucking mess. Yeah. I love women being messes in media. Yeah. I think it's great.
And that's like Woman of Tomorrow is granted she's like seems less like party heavy than Millie Alcott's portrayal, at least from the trailer. She's just straight up depressed in Woman of Tomorrow.
Yeah.
And, I think completely fair. I feel like I'm saying this as a man, which is a phrase I'm sure I'll say lots of times today.
Get over it.
I think that people are afraid to write and have women be portrayed as negative.
No, absolutely. It's like a common thing. It's just like I understand the trepidation, especially like kind of early on.
Yeah.
But like an interesting character study, they need to have like true flaws and like not all representation needs to be like inspiring.
Yeah, and I saw a comparison, and granted I haven't watched this.
Do you really just want the exact equivalent of like a Superman but just a girl? It's like no, because that would just be like you're just copying.
Yeah, exactly. And I haven't watched this specific video, so forget if somehow, because they're interested in Supergirl, if somehow the person who made this video is watching or listening, sorry, I don't want to misrepresent what you're saying, but in the thumbnail, it had like Millie Alcott, Supergirl, and Chris Pratt, Star-Lord. And I assume it was kind of just being like, oh, James Gunn is doing the same thing for these characters. But I can't help but feel it's like, can't we just let Millie Alcott be Supergirl for a bit without immediately portraying, like comparing her to a man?
We're preemptively criticizing criticisms that are criticizing things that isn't even out.
Let's just let it come out. I'm excited for it. I hope it's good.
I'm sure it'll be fine.
Yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure I will enjoy it.
I'm sure you will. And then 6 months, you'll be like, "Yeah, that's right."
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, I loved Superman. Like when I first saw it, I was like,
"Yeah, no,
really
the
good."
Superman is great.
When me and Garen and Val rewatched it in 40x, and I fucking loved it.
Yeah.
Honestly, it's like this close to being in my top 4.
Yeah.
I genuinely think like on the day it could, because that and Life of Chuck, which if you listen to All Hail the King, you know about. Kind of feel the same like hope core hole. I feel where I'm like, I feel like on a different day, Superman
I completely
could
understand what you mean by the definition, but also it depends on the day. Hope core can really put me off.
When I went through my depressive episode at the end of last year, there were some days where, like, to the point where, like, when we rewatched Superman, I was kind of didn't want to see it because I was genuinely like, I might come out of this hating it because I'm not in the mood.
Yeah, and
thankfully that didn't happen. But yeah, I find especially like online like videos of like hope core things, sometimes I watch it, I'm just like, oh, fuck off.
Yeah.
But
would you categorize Supergirl as a hope core show?
Supergirl, the show, not necessarily. Maybe in a weird way more subtly hope core, but like I don't know, we'll get into it. I mean, have you seen any of this show before?
No. I've seen that one clip of her spinning her arms.
Yeah, fair, and jumping.
Yeah.
I didn't watch this as much as the others. I watched a couple seasons. I kept up with it, but mainly, unfortunately, through the discourse. Discourse I never agreed with, obviously.
Because like we said, we're getting woke in this episode.
Yeah, we're going to be
But actually, as it was turned back then, it was actually politically correct.
Yeah.
This is pre-woke.
Kind of. This...
No, it was 2015.
Yeah. This is like just on the cusp of like wokeness.
Of political correctness transforming into woke.
Yeah, because I remember when Supergirl...
I feel as though we haven't like gone through an alteration in like quite in a while. Yeah. Because like woke has been one out. I think the people even saying it now are getting sick of the term.
Yeah.
They need a new term.
Honestly, yeah, because we're hearing things of like people don't even care enough to rinse them anymore. You just immediately know it. Like most people know it's immediately pathetic.
Yeah. To the point where I see like someone say political correctness, I lean in. Yeah. I'm interested. Like, please tell me, what is your opinion that's 20 years out of date?
Yeah. For me, it's like there's 3 types of people. People who like criticize things for people woke. People who know what they mean but don't give a shit enough to care.
Yeah.
And people who don't have a fucking clue what they mean because honestly, outside of internet spaces, this all sounds like gobbledygook and like caveman speak.
Yeah.
It's like this.
The man went out of the cave and now he looks like schizophrenic.
Exactly. He comes out of the cave and is like, it's got a girl in it, it's woke, and most random people are just like, what the fuck are you on about? Who cares? So, no, Supergirl has a girl in it? Oh my god.
Could you imagine?
I know.
She should have been played by a man, like a kabuki theatre thing or something.
No, she's a girl when she's like in her
like, she just
would she like to jack it off? It's just a man. Oh yeah, that would have got done. Well, this seems like a weird tangent.
This is before the tipping point in 2016 as well.
Yeah.
Again, like 2016, 10-year anniversary.
Yeah.
Oh, well, not of the show, but of 2016 as a year.
Oh god.
Yeah. So a lot to reflect on. It's kind of been a pivotal year in terms of everything.
Most people say 2016 was like the start of the darkest timeline.
Kind of, yeah.
Like Harambe died and then everything went to shit. Okay. Trump happened, Brexit happened.
Yeah.
And I know it's very
it's the domino effect. Obviously it didn't start there, but it felt like the event.
I feel like especially for us because we were like just becoming adults.
Yeah, exactly. So like our cortexes were like solidifying like and then
like we were literally like finishing school. We were months away, especially us two, like literal months away from being able to vote when all the politics, especially like obviously Trump we can't have anything to do with, but like we could have voted in Brexit if it was literally like 2 months later.
Yeah.
If that. I was meaning to bring this up as well of just because we'll talk.
God damn, we can't even talk about Supergirl. We'll go into like 2016 and the end of the universe.
It sucks to do. But even just like stuff that's not relevant for this episode, but I remember is like Supergirl. It was the first ever on-screen I don't know why I say on screen as if it's going to be off screen. The introduction of the first ever like on trans superhero on television or in like film media.
I should have known that.
Yeah.
I feel as though I did.
You probably did.
Yeah.
It's probably just like,
It's
you know,
in the
you didn't
archives.
watch it. I'm sure you saw like fucking a YouTube video with a thumbnail of like, I can't believe they're doing this sort of thing like 10 years ago. We should do that. Yeah.
But we're like, but again, we're like 10 years late. So it's like, it's kind of retro. It's a throwback.
Yeah. There are some things I'll criticize in this in terms of its.
Oh, no, there's plenty I'm going to criticize this.
But like, it's interesting looking back, especially like now, 10 years on, especially as we've got another Supergirl coming out.
Yeah.
And there are still some people saying really weird things about it, but not like
as someone who's
it's
like
a different
pretty
type of thing.
As someone who's pretty divorced from this whole CW, and obviously I know this didn't start on the CW, but eventually did.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah.
These shows are all pretty comparable in quality.
Yeah.
I do think there are some that are better than others, but there isn't like a huge difference in terms of them.
No.
And like people could, if you're like a huge fan of like Arrow and the Flash, but you draw the line at this, I just think you got brain rot or something.
You kind of can't help but question why.
Yeah, it's got the exact same format and everything, and the writing style.
Yeah, because I watched the first season of this weekly, and then I can't really remember where I dropped off, but I do genuinely think it was kind of a matter of like seeing all of the things online, especially because I'm quite like an online person. And because I was the only person, until I went to university, the only person who watched these shows, I didn't really have anyone to talk about with it. So I genuinely think like going online and seeing like only negative shit with Supergirl, I was just kind of like, even though I didn't agree, it kind of put me off wanting to watch it more.
It's kind of a miracle you didn't fall down any pipelines. It seemed like they were laid out in front of you.
Yeah, I mean, I think I'm very lucky in this in terms of like, you know, a good
I'm patting you
group.
on the back for not becoming a neo-Nazi.
So fucking, I know it's hard as well. Like, you know, no, I mean, I'm very lucky that like, you know, my best friend is transgendered.
Yeah, that's true.
So, you know, it would have been pretty hard. That being said, our other friend who was also transgender did kind of fall down at the right
Yeah,
time.
That's true.
Not
I avoided
much.
that stereotype as well.
Yeah, yeah.
We're getting real personal on this.
You're just going to go for it. I mean, you know, I've suffered with like internalized homophobia and stuff, but a lot of my issues kind of indirect towards me. I've never been an outwardly like
that's true.
hateful person, as far as I can say. Not to like gas myself up too much. I'm talking the bare minimum of human decency here.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, you know. So
turn that hate inwards.
Yeah,
that's interesting.
Let's unpack it.
Let's unpack it on the Supergirl episode.
Yeah. But no, I kind of, it's the same as like, you know, looking back, it's truly just, well, why didn't I watch more of it? Not because of my opinions, but because I've said this before. I can't remember what episode I would have spoken to this about, but like it just in general, I'm very, very easily swayed even when I don't agree with something.
Yeah.
Like the amount of times we've watched something and I've held my opinion back because I want to see the general consensus before I speak.
I don't think that's you changing your opinion. I think it's more just like,
yeah,
you have a feeling within yourself. I know these people kind of generally have this sort of reaction.
Yeah.
It looks kind of interesting that you're you don't like you're okay with your opinion being malleable rather than it being like completely solidified at the gate and like you're going bats for it as soon as you know. It's pretty normal not to understand what you feel straight away.
I guess I think that you know, it benefits both ways. There are times where I'm like, I don't know how to feel. And then there's times, like, just thinking of recent examples, like Hamnet, where I loved it. I cried through a lot of it. But then, like, when we started talking about, like, criticisms, I was able to be like, oh, yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I wish I had watched more of it. I couldn't really tell you what happens for a lot of the later seasons.
Is this the one you watched the least, other than maybe Batwoman?
Out of the big three, yes.
Okay.
I probably watched more Legends of Tomorrow as well, only because I knew the characters more.
Yeah.
Like, because of course I'd watched Arrow and Flash, and most of the characters from Legends of Tomorrow are from those shows, so I knew them. But yeah, compared to the others, yeah, and that seems to be the general consensus. Like we spoke last week about the Netflix watch hours, which I know is a fucking weird way of quantifying it. But Supergirl is the third most watched in terms of Netflix as well. So I imagine it's just kind of common consensus, not on quality, but just purely on like people watched it less. Whether that is because it is the third one and maybe people were starting to feel a little burnout, but I don't think that's the case.
It's kind of hard to tell, given the context as well.
I can't imagine burnout was happening that much if they then went on to make like 4 more shows.
Yeah.
Like, you know.
I mean, it was 2015. That was like, so we weren't in like a post-Endgame world.
Yeah, I feel like Endgame is when the term like superhero fatigue started to come around.
I think it was before then, but I think that's when it really started hitting the mainstream.
Yeah, that's completely fair, yeah.
But it's interesting coming back then for you.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's talk about some production.
Yeah. Let's talk about Supergirl, like, as a character.
Okay.
So she first appeared in Action Comics 252 in May 1959.
Oh, yeah.
And she was created by Otto Binder and Al Pastino.
I'll be honest, I'm surprised it's like that early, considering she feels extremely like a... This isn't a criticism. It feels like very second wave feminist sort of.
I get what you mean.
Like that late 60s sort of.
Yeah.
Like, why don't we have our own Superman?
We need a new girl. We need a new girl hero.
Yeah.
What I thought was really interesting is DC tested, for lack of a better word, 3 female equivalents of Superman prior to Supergirl's introduction.
Okay.
So there was there's one of these I think you'll love hearing about.
Okay.
First one. Lois Lane Superwoman, which was in Action Comics 60. So when you think that our like Supergirl wasn't introduced until 252, only 60 issues into Action Comics they were thinking about it, which was in May.
They were just like, damn, this is a sausage fest. We need something here. We need some gals.
Exactly, especially because it was May 1943. So, you know, it's like during the war. It's like we're getting a lot of heroes for the boys.
Well, that kind of makes sense as well. Well, I mean, there's obviously like Wonder Woman.
Yeah, exactly.
So I'm not sure when particularly, but like during like World War II, obviously like women were used more during like domestic
support
for like
roles.
Domestic manufacturing. Just generally, they were more in the workforce.
Yeah,
which like generally like sort of led more to like second wave feminism after that. But I guess it kind of makes sense.
Yeah, exactly. Of just like, especially with the idea of hope of just especially for children.
Yeah,
who most of the people are going to be reading these kind of works. But then even then, it was like such a male dominated hobby at the time. It's kind of like how so many people still now are like, can't believe this video game has a female protagonist. Most people like girls don't play video games. It's like, what the fuck? What year are you from?
Yeah.
Like I saw people saying about a Ghost of Your Toy. And it's like,
really?
Yeah. It's like, what the fuck are you on about?
Yeah.
In Lois Lane Superwoman, Lois just dreams she has powers.
Okay. So
it's pretty basic. Next one, Superboy, number 78. I didn't write the year down for this, but the one after that was 1957. So we'll say like...
Between those.
Late 40s, early 50s. Claire Kent, alias Super Sister, where Clark gets turned into a girl by an alien.
Force Femme Superman?
Force Femme Superman.
Oh, that's so hot.
An alien reads his thoughts and isn't happy of how he thinks of women. So she turns Clark into a girl.
Oh hell yeah, Force Femme Superman. That's hot. They should do that in like the next Superman.
That'd be so cool. David Cornsweet, like
just like Superman. I've been putting estrogen in your drinks. Yeah. No, I'm busted.
That's what you don't get about me, Lex. I don't care if I am a girl.
That'd be so hot.
That'd be cool. That'd be so cool. But unfortunately, it was all a vision.
No!
Which I guess in a way it still happened in his mind, but it does make me sad that they couldn't just be like, oh, I've turned you back into a boy. They had to be like, oh, okay, we didn't technically make him
like you can't undo that.
Yeah.
Like, given like Silver Age Superman, he could do whatever the fuck. Like they give him whatever powers. Why not just have him gender bend powers? That would have been cool.
That would have been so cool.
Gender they them.
Super
they them.
Super them.
Super them. Yeah.
Yeah. So then
we're getting real PC in this episode.
Exactly. No, we're too woke. We need to win over our like alt-right audience.
They made Jimmy Olsen black.
Oh, but he's hot though.
Yeah, I know. That's my problem. He's too jacked.
He's too hot.
Pull it back.
Yeah, I like it when Jimmy Olsen is like, not to jump too far ahead. I like it when he's kind of ratty, but still like weirdly attractive. You get what I mean?
Oh yeah, that's why I can't remember his name, but in the new one, it's like perfect casting.
Yeah, it's like the way I feel of like Josh O'Connor.
Yeah,
it's like he's so unique that like I find him alluring.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
You gotta have something a little bit off about you to be like super attractive.
It's the aura more than anything.
Yeah, because if you're like too attractive, it sort of dips into the uncanny valley.
Yeah, it's like you don't look like a person.
Yeah, you look like a construct.
Yeah. Anyway, we'll talk more about it later.
Oh, okay.
So next and last one. Actually,
Wait, what was their name again?
Claire Kent.
Claire Kent. I'm going to use that for something. That's really cute.
Honestly, it is cute.
I want to see the drawings for this as well.
I haven't got them, unfortunately. My phone is over there, but like I'm sure if you search it while I'm reading the next one.
Yeah, go ahead.
So Superman issue 123, which is August 1957. Jimmy Olsen uses a magic totem to create a Supergirl who argues with Superman but ends up sacrificing herself. And this issue specifically was the major test to see if audiences were interested.
Oh my god, she's a baddie.
Oh, is she?
Yeah.
Oh, she's gorgeous.
She's like a proper pin-up.
Yeah, she is.
It's just
I
imagine
love that
like
style so much.
Yeah, imagine you're just like, oh my god, I'm hot. It's the Scooby-Doo bit.
I'm a chick.
Like, Scoob, give me the bottom of a chick.
I'm the Rasputin Ruffle.
I'm sorry, I've been taking you off course.
No, that's fine.
Carry on.
So Jimmy Olsen wishes for a Supergirl to exist, which is just I don't know, in character for him.
Yeah.
And then she ends up sacrificing herself. And this one was the major test to gain audience interest. So Kara...
was this like a backdoor pilot in a way?
In a way, yeah. Just like, what did you guys think of this issue? So Kara finally appeared in May 1959, written by Otto Binder and illustrated by Apostino. So she introduced issue 252. By issue 255, DC revealed that the response to her was really positive. Anyway, jumping a little bit ahead, in 1985...
Oh my god.
So just remember, people really liked Supergirl.
Yeah.
For, years. She was really popular.
So she did have her own run.
Yeah. Okay. So she had her own stuff. She was introduced in Superman.
All right. There wasn't just oh, did you like this? Yeah. Okay, we'll do nothing for her for 40 years.
No. So she had her own stuff. It didn't. You'll see why I'm jumping to 1985.
Okay.
It's not that was when she got her next things. It's just she was popular for for 20, almost 30 years. In 1985, DC's continuity was so complicated that they did Crisis on Infinite Earths, where they killed Supergirl, despite her popularity. So have you seen that famous image?
So the one where he's holding her body?
The one where he's holding her. Some people...
Was this before Death of Superman?
I'm not sure, actually.
I think that was in the 90s.
Yeah, I think so.
There's so
I'm pretty sure, because Crisis, the whole point of Crisis was to bring everything back together and kind of restart.
Yeah, because it was I may be completely wrong. There's some really big comic book fans, and the history is actually quite interesting. More interesting than the actual stories themselves.
It is. I've loved researching the behind the scenes of these, and honestly, I could go into way more depth.
It's reading about it is far more interesting, and then you read the actual comics themselves, and they're written like arse. It's kind of a shame.
Yeah. Some people think that the reason they killed her off was because of the failure of the 1984 Supergirl film.
Interesting. Which
I haven't seen. I've seen the poster of, and I think I've seen clips from.
I've seen the Nostalgia Critic review of it.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Oh, damn, I'll watch that.
Yeah. I think Peter O'Toole's in it.
Peter O'Toole?
Lawrence of Arabia.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
I think it's him.
Yeah, I'd be interested to watch it.
It's like a classic actor.
Yeah.
One of his final roles. It's like Orson Welles being in that shitty animated movie or something. Or no, Marlon Brando. Orson Welles was in the Transformers movie. That was that was his last role.
I need to watch it because I've watched all the old Superman films. Yeah, I should, because I should watch the 1984 one, at least before the new one comes out.
I've literally never met anyone who likes it, so good luck.
I mean, I probably won't, but I've watched all the Supermans, including the bad ones.
I guess so, but those are I don't know, at least they're kind of working your way up to some good stuff.
That's fair.
Well, actually, in reverse, they go progressively worse.
Or maybe if I watch it the day before we see the new one, even if the new one's mid, I'll fucking love it, because the last experience I'd have with Supergirl.
What if it has the opposite effect? It's just oh my god, the 84 one fucks, and this one is just ass.
Maybe. You never know.
But then you could be the first person to say that. And that's kind of
true.
That gives you cultural cachet.
Honestly, yeah, nothing nothing. I'm trying to word this. It has you get a certain coolness of just being I like this thing that everyone else hates.
Yeah. But then you get known as the person who does that.
Yeah.
And that in itself is not good.
I think I've kind of fed up online, especially of seeing the whole thing of oh, you think this thing is good? I think it's bad, actually. Mm-hmm. I think we do need more people who are oh, this thing is good, actually. But not too much. Mm-hmm. Sometimes people force it, and they're you think this thing is bad? It's actually objectively good. And it's no, objectivity
criticism
doesn't exist.
Is just Unstoppable force means immovable object. Thing is a thing.
Yeah. Absolutes and just absolutisms.
There is no absolutes.
Yeah. Sometimes things are mid and it sucks, but it's true.
Except when something's great. Then in a way it's like the worst thing that's ever existed, but also the greatest thing that's ever existed.
And sometimes you like things that no one else likes, and that's okay. You don't need to convince people.
That can feel special. I love whenever we whenever we find like the odd bits, like in All Hail the King or something.
Yeah.
When we find like the odd ones that have just been kind of left in the cracks.
Yeah.
And then you dust them off and you're just like, wow, this is actually Kino as fuck.
Yeah, like Harry 2002.
Like, yeah. Or, well, I don't know, okay, The Rage. Or,
or Salem's Lot.
Too.
Return Salem's Lot, yeah. Yeah, exactly. Sometimes things that like are universally panned have their charm to them.
Absolutely.
So, maybe
Time only tells.
Yeah, so maybe I like the campy 1984 Supergirl movie. I'll watch it now, and it's like one of the worst things I've ever seen.
Yeah, I don't think so.
We'll see. I will watch it eventually.
Okay.
But yeah, so talking about jumping forward now to the development of the show. So developing the show started in September 20. I assume I meant 2014. I wrote 2024.
Damn.
Yeah, very recent. September 2014 with Greg Berlanti, who has worked on Arrow and The Flash, but not the sex offender. Not the sex offender.
Hell yeah.
No, yeah, the sex offender. His name will come up. That's Andrew Kreisberg.
Okay.
But yeah, so Greg Berlanti, and then some women, Ali Adler.
Hell yeah.
And Sarah Chester.
Had they done anything prior?
Yes, I'll talk about that in a bit. As executive producers, Jeff Johns, who did The Flash, was also attached. Yeah. Yeah, he's got a very memorable name, to be fair to him.
Yeah, that's a superhero name if there ever was.
Yeah. I saw this online. I believe the first half. I don't believe the second half. Working titles were Super and Girl. And I'm like, okay.
Well, if it was called Girl, we could save it for the next season.
That's true. I mean, I can see it being called Super and just being like Arrow's like Green Arrow. It's like,
I love the
maybe
name.
We'll bring in
No, I love Girl. It's just such... It's like Girls, or it's just like...
Girl. I was on Wikipedia and like it did have a source, but I was like, I don't care. I'm not checking. I don't want this to like not be true. I want it to be true.
What if nobody likes the superhero part? Oh, well, just sell to... They should have had two separate titles to market to both audiences. The people who like superheroes and the people who like women.
But only one.
Oh, only singular.
Girl.
So monolithic.
It is. It's just... Because like I don't think Super is a great title. But
they shouldn't have called it Superman. They should have called it Man.
Because we can add it. We could have added it to like, what have we got? Men, him, her... they, them.
Oh, the pronoun.
The pronoun things.
The pronoun.
Girl. I'm sure there's a movie called Women or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. There was extensive auditions for this one. It wasn't quite as cut and dry as the Arrow and the Flash. But they ended up casting Melissa Benoist in January 2015. And that's relevant because Melissa Benoist was in Glee. She was.
Okay.
There's actually a funny bit in Glee where there's a superhero themed episode.
What's his name?
Grant Gustin?
No, Arrow.
Stephen Amell?
Stephen Amell, was he ever in Glee?
No.
So he's the only one that has a bit in Glee?
So far, yes.
Okay.
Can
she sing?
Yeah, she can.
Oh, okay.
She's pretty good. I like her in Glee. She unfortunately went through a lot on the set of Glee. I don't know if you ever heard this story, but like one of the guy who won the Glee competition, the Glee project, he went on to they were a couple and he went on to be abusive towards her.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Oh, that sucks.
So it's not a great experience for her, unfortunately. You know, she
there's so much tragedy on the Glee set. It's like Macbeth.
It is. I don't think I've ever brought up Glee without following up with but unfortunately.
But unfortunately, the most tragic things have ever occurred.
Yeah. She was actually, I think I might have mentioned this before, she was in the final song of Glee, all the previous cast members come back except for two.
Yeah.
And she's one of them, and it's because she was filming Supergirl at the time, which would have pretty much just started. But yeah, she worked on Glee, which is relevant because I'm trying to find where my note is on her, but for some reason I can't find it. But I remember it anyway. Ali Adler wrote for Glee.
Oh, okay.
So I don't know if that's the connection there, and maybe she recommended her, but she did. Ali Adler wrote for Glee, and then Melissa Benoist was in Glee.
But this is like her first time. Like, are they like the creative heads of the entire show?
Yeah, so the showrunners, were Ali Adler, Greg Berlanti, and Sarah Schuster.
But is this their like first big project together? Like doing something?
I'd say so, other than just writing.
Okay.
And even then, like Ali Adler only wrote like a couple of episodes in Glee. I've also got that she wrote some episodes of Family Guy.
Really?
I don't know which ones.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
The episodes she wrote of Glee, a lot of them were kind of meh, but she did write Nationals, and the competition episodes always fuck, and that one does go extremely hard. So that's like one where they're in New York.
Was she in those episodes?
No, funnily enough.
Oh, okay.
She wasn't in that one. Was
she in any of the episodes they wrote?
No. Oh, but she the Glee's writing was weird, where like they had like a writing team, but then like a lot of the women would write scenes individually. Okay. Like in the lesbian focused episode, all of it except for one scene is written by a man, and that one scene is the only good part.
Interesting.
So like, yeah, Glee's.
I would love just like an insider documentary about the writing process of these kinds of shows.
Genuinely would, yeah. Especially with Glee. I chose for it to be our first episode on here. It's purely because like I want to know like when did they get to pick the songs? How much did they like influence that?
I see like a lot of people be like, oh, British shows or like they prefer British shows because they're more spearheaded by like a single creative, as opposed to American ones, which generally have like a lot more money in it, but because of so they need a lot bigger teams. People. But in a way, I feel that's more interesting, just seeing how these people have to collaborate, and oftentimes it's a mess.
And you get it where like some episodes feel so different. There are some episodes of Glee that like have noticeably like different directing styles, and like some of my favorite episodes of Flash, I wouldn't be surprised if they were written by like one specific person, because they deal with like really high concept ideas. So, like I think my favorite episode of The Flash is called Flash Time, which is where a bomb explodes in the middle of Central City, and you spend the entire time in Barry's perspective of like him in super speed.
Yeah.
So like nothing around him is moving, and he's got like 40 real time seconds to figure out how to stop this bomb.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't be surprised if that was written by like a certain person who wrote other episodes.
Yeah.
Sometimes you can find a link.
I see like there was like this really good video about this like the Simpsons Roundtable, and I often talk about how like unglamorous it is like writing these sort of things where they would just like often sit in a room, not talk for ages, and then just like say like, oh, we should do this, and then it gets shut down or it gets like but I still find that very interesting. I wish there was just like some sort of like really clear documentation of how that process took place.
Yeah, that would be really interesting. And saying about like the British side of things, obviously, just to pick an example that we've covered on the show and we feel passionate about, Doctor Who, that's one where it's like there's very distinct errors based on the showrunner.
Yeah.
And people have recently become, well, not even recently, there's like many people who are like, this error is awful because of this one person.
Yeah.
And the current error, if you don't watch Doctor Who, is Russell T Davies, who did the first era of New Who that we covered in our episode on it. People loved him, wanted him to come back, and then when he did, it's kind of flipped perspectives where it's like, oh, this one man is now ruining the show.
Yeah, but it's not even true. It's not just him writing.
No, that's the thing. It's like it makes you wonder how much input the showrunners have and stuff like that. It is very interesting. It's one of those things where like you kind of want to be in the room.
Yeah.
But just to talk about a couple more production things. So a lot of the staff still came over because CBS actually, the CW is co-owned by CBS.
Okay, that makes sense. I was looking at the Wikipedia and then I saw the first season was on CBS and then it changed to the CW.
Yeah, so season 2 moved to CW. It still confused me. I couldn't find like a direct reason of why it was on CBS and not the CW when so much of the staff are the same. But maybe it's because the CW already had the two
Everyone's
shows.
owned by the same conglomerate overall.
Exactly.
When you pull out far enough, they're all owned by, I don't know, fucking...
Exactly.
Some weapons manufacturer.
Yeah. But they brought on a lot of similar creatives. So Blake Neely, who was the composer for Arrow and Flash, is back. Colleen Atwood, who designed the costumes, is back. And eventually, a lot of the similar like staff would cross over. The show was officially picked up on May 6th, 2015, and the pilot premiered in San Diego Comic-Con in July 2015. Unlike the Flash one, I don't remember seeing this one early, so I don't know if it was leaked or maybe they were more secretive with it. But it was as soon as before the show even started, they'd obviously like, because Flash and Arrow had crossed over. In November 2014, Greg Berlanti had already expressed interest in Supergirl being part of the Arrowverse. And in January 2015, so before its premiere, CW president Mark Pedowitz
unfortunate name.
I know. I was kind of, I wasn't sure if you'd pick up on it if it slide past, but reading it, it was really just like a pedowitz.
Oh no!
Yeah, very unfortunate. He said that they were open for crossover, and you know it was doable because the CW and CBS are owned by the same people. The CBS chair though wanted Supergirl to stay separate for a little bit, which is really funny because when you consider like say staying separate a little bit, just throw out like a guess of when you think the first crossover would be. Then
I'm just the way you frame this. I'm guessing season 1.
It is season 1.
Is it episode 2?
It's not episode 2. That'd be wild.
I don't know. Mid-season.
Episode 15, which I mean isn't too bad considering like, you know, Green Arrow was literally in the Flash's pilot. Yeah. So it's like, okay, fair enough.
He was introduced in the Arrow.
Yeah, so it makes sense. But it is kind of funny because when I read that, I was like, oh, that's funny. I remember the crossover. Is that not like till season 2 of Supergirl? It's like, no, it's still the first season. It's just they wanted to give her like a little bit of time by herself.
Yeah.
Which is fair.
She can hold her own weight. She doesn't need the help of the boys.
Yeah. Well, what interesting.
She only needs the help of the US military.
Yeah, let's talk about that. Yeah, well, one interesting thing about this, which I don't know if you would have got from just watching it, is the fact that Supergirl technically it does take place in another universe.
Does it?
Yeah. So I don't know why they made that decision, other than I guess Arrow and Flash were probably not ready to have Superman and Supergirl introduced, because then it's like...
I mean, I guess they didn't go, oh, it's good to have you here in universe... Universe B.
Yeah, they do have names. I can't remember, like Earth 1, Earth something.
They argue over who's Earth 1.
Yeah.
Actually, we're Earth 1.
It's really funny because that's eventually what ends up happening with like Crisis, where when Crisis ends, all the Earths are like pulled together and Supergirl and the Flash are then on the same Earth. And the Flash establishes the Justice League, and then there was never any more crossovers.
I guess they just solved it.
Yes, they were like, everything is here now.
That seems like that would be a mess.
Yeah.
Like in terms of just like colliding all these universes. I can understand it in a storytelling perspective, but just like geopolitically.
I do remember
horror show.
I do remember the Flash did some really funny things afterwards of like dealing with the fallout of that. And if you remember Cisco, the guy who was in the Bazinga shirt last week, he's like freaks out about it. And he would like, one day he shows up in a Superman shirt and he's like, I don't remember owning this.
That's good.
Yeah. And it does kind of deal with like the comedy of the whole, like how what could be different in that situation.
It's just like minor things.
Yeah. But, you know, it's just funny to think with the complaints about like, the MCU is too convoluted now. Comics are too convoluted.
No, we should go back.
Eventually the shows did the same thing.
No, we should go back to who gives a fuck.
Yeah. I mean, it didn't stop him crossing over enough anyway, because the Flash just eventually unlocks the power to run between universes, which, you know, Supergirl can then do as well, because she's just as fast as him, debatably.
What makes him special then?
The Flash?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. His powers are insane.
I mean, yeah, but she can do it as well. And
yeah,
she's
but
cooler
like,
and prettier.
She is pretty.
And younger. I love whenever an evil person dies, they're just like, oh yeah, this person's younger and prettier and not dead.
Yeah, I get what you mean. But yeah, so it didn't stop them, but I guess it was just kind of a neat way of just being like, making it feel more personal, and like, oh, they're not just going to call on everyone. Honestly, it probably benefited Arrow as well. I don't remember this being discourse, but I can definitely imagine lots of people were watching Arrow just like, why doesn't he just call the Flash?
Yeah, why didn't they just why didn't they just use the Eagles to get them order? Because we need story to happen, alright?
Yeah, why don't we just do this?
Shut up.
I think it's in perfect character that Oliver Queen would not phone the Flash. Barry doesn't like killing people, and Oliver fucking loves it.
Love killing people.
Yeah. I remember one of the big points of conflict in Flash versus Arrow, the first crossover between them, was just like Oliver being like basically shitting on Barry, saying your life is a soap opera, you can't go through anything without a fucking sappy speech from one of your friends. I've got to make the hard decisions and actually kill people.
Oh my god.
Yeah, they have a lot of... I like that episode because I know that's not like what we're talking about, but just I like the idea of, oh, we've got these two heroes, we've got to have them fight, but rather than just like superfluous stuff, or like, you know, Batman versus Superman, where it's them being manipulated.
Yeah.
It's just like, no, these two just have like such different worldviews.
Yeah.
They can't help but have beef sometimes.
Yeah.
We're not talking about the men, talking about the girls. So yeah, Supergirl was on CBS for the first season and then moved to the CW, probably just to stop confusing people.
Yeah.
Which is fair. The first episode, the title pilot, because there's a plane, and also she's like, down. She can fly. She's kind of like a pilot.
Yeah.
No,
you're cooking. You're right.
And she pilots her spaceship.
She does, not well.
Not well, no. She lands in the Phantom Zone. I mean, that wasn't necessarily her fault, but also major fuck up.
I know, honestly. We didn't take into calculations that
the planet was about to explode. I don't know, maybe leave sooner.
But then she wouldn't have missed hugging her mum.
Yeah, that's true.
Fuck her dad, though. Who cares?
Who gives a shit?
Yeah.
No one gives a shit about the men in this universe. That's why it's bad.
Yeah.
Speaking of men, this episode was directed by Glenn Winter, who isn't David Nutter.
He isn't.
Who's the usual guy. But we will hear from Glenn Winter again later in the Arrowverse. He directed for the Arrowverse, including the crossover Flash versus Arrow I was just talking about.
Oh, really?
Yeah, which I forgot, but now that's nice because that's relevant now.
There we go. All comes back.
But yeah, so he did direct it. The story was by Greg Berlanti, Ali Adler, and Andrew Kreisberg. But the script was by Ali Adler. Ooh. So the script was written by a woman. Yeah. The script was written by a woman, which might seem surprising sometimes.
Yeah.
But also, who knows how much control she actually had on certain things.
Yeah, these things go through like multiple filtration systems until it's distilled into something I'm guessing originally wasn't.
I can imagine a woman writing a very heartfelt piece on like a girl becoming a hero and being that representation, and a man who's above her saying, "No, you've got to make it a bit more."
Yeah, it's like, come on, Stappy, we're on Act 2. Come on.
Yeah,
because like you can see like a lot of sweet tender moments in between this.
Yeah,
like exactly. A lot of time, but like all these other shows, it's like, come on, we gotta get
the plot going.
We gotta get the plot going.
Yeah. This aired October 26th, 2015. Do you want to know the view count? This might seem really surprising.
It didn't have a fuckload of views.
Yeah, so Arrow was 4.14.
Because I think I saw this on Wikipedia.
Yeah, Flash was 4.8. Supergirl had 12.69 million.
That's insane.
Views. That is insane. That's up there for one of the highest we have watched. Not like the highest, but like it's not that far behind Lost.
Yeah.
You know, Lost was like 18. So considering this is Supergirl, I mean, CBS is just like a more popular channel,
it's just a more network. Yeah. I guess as well, it's not like an Arrow or even a Flash, which I'm guessing had later showings.
Yeah. You know, it's I can imagine, especially with the fact of people saying like, oh yeah, it's in the universe, but it's not crossing over. If they maybe said that, it might have brought more people on. Also, like
the general like, it feels like they're trying to execute something more for wider audiences.
Yeah. And you know, the fact is like a girl superhero, maybe that did bring people in. It's like a recognizable character.
My coworker likes the show.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah, she has a little thing about it. She has a little toy.
Oh, that's really cute.
Maybe I should talk to her about it.
Yeah.
I watched the first episode.
And I'm not watching anything else.
I'm not watching anything else. Yeah. Not out of spite, but because I have other things to watch.
I mean, I showed you the other day because I genuinely have been tempted to like, maybe I should just like slowly watch the Arrowverse. And we calculated that
the accumulated hours.
Yeah, we calculated that if I watch an episode a day, I will be done by the end of next year, which, you know, currently it's January. So that's almost a full 2 years it'll take. And that's if I watch an episode every day.
Yeah.
I think what would we do if I like, didn't I say like if I watched one episode a week, it would take me to like 2039?
Yeah.
Which, you know, long commitment, I guess, but who's to say? I can imagine myself starting it.
I can imagine you in like 30 years.
Yeah.
You're retired.
Exactly. Then might as well.
Might as well watch all of it.
He's dead now. He's dead now. I remember him. She was on Glee.
Meanwhile, nothing's on screen. You're just in the home.
Granddad, please.
You were on Glee.
You were on Glee. So I told
the morphine.
My future daughter comes and it's like, I remember you on Glee. It's like, no, he thinks I'm Melissa Benoist again. I'm not her, Granddad.
Oh no. Oh God.
Yeah. There's something so funny, but also so
Cut to the
sad.
clip of like Clint Eastwood pulling down the girl in fucking $1 Million Pictures.
I don't know why, but I find something so sad, but also so like thing of like someone in the future just seeing, because you obviously get a lot where people think that they're the other family members.
Yeah.
But
just confusing them for random
like
celebrities.
like superheroes. Just like, oh, thank God, Supergirl. It's like, oh, well, wow, he's really fucking lost now.
Oh, damn.
Because well, funny, yeah. But yeah, that's the production of Supergirl. I didn't write down like when it ended, annoyingly, but I know it went on for like
recently because it stopped during the pandemic.
Yeah, it went on for like 6 or so years. So I imagine it ended like 2021, 2022-ish. Just before like Superman and Lois started, probably.
Yeah, but we don't get what's his name playing him.
No, we don't get him for a while. Tyler Hoechlin. Yeah, we only get the silhouette of him. Yeah. No, they didn't cast him. There was a kind of a point of I don't know if Ali Adler made the decision, but she was the one who said it, that like Superman's role was made really minimal to focus on Supergirl. Maybe that's true for the rest of season 1.
He's quite pivotal in this
I think that he is a ghost in this episode.
Yeah, he's like... He caused so much trauma for this girl, inadvertently.
One of my...
He caused her identity crisis.
She did. We'll go into my general criticisms in a minute in regards to that. But yeah, what did you think of this episode? It's fine.
It's perfectly disposable.
Right, well, just for a basis,
sure.
Compare it to the others.
So far it's like my least favorite, but but then again, I want to put into perspective, I'm not a huge fan of any of these.
No, exactly. It's more just like it's a basis.
There's some parts in there I quite enjoy.
Yeah,
I like the game montage. A lot of parts of it just give me, I don't know how else to describe it, an ick.
Yeah. I think this is the one that's like shows its age the most.
Yeah.
In the same way we kind of criticized Arrow of like partially leaning into the whole like superheroes can be cool and grungy.
Yeah.
This kind of does something.
I kind of like how sweet it is. Honestly, I just wish. I don't know what I wish. I wish that, again, she was just a little bit more of a mess.
That's fair.
Because like she's like verging on being kind of squeaky clean this entire time.
Yeah.
Like she's like, I understand, like she's like kind of quirky, but like not really. She's like, she gets like kind of excited like at some points, and that's actually quite nice to see when like she first uses her powers or something. You get to see that side of her. But a lot of the time she's sort of operating on this kind of detached level for everyone that I don't really connect with her.
I think the thing is with Supergirl, especially with the story of her like going in the Phantom Zone and losing like so many years of her life.
Yeah.
She is sent to Earth with one mission, and she basically immediately loses that mission.
Yeah.
And this kind of touches on she wants to do more, but I kind of wish it went more in terms of that of her seeking a purpose.
Yeah.
Because she says like I wasn't sent to Earth to like deliver coffees all day, and it's like, okay, but like show us that.
Yeah, exactly. Again, it's like the problem with these shows in general is just like they've got to get a lot of exposition because the main mode of these shows is it has a base of operations, a cast of characters, and a villain of the week.
Yes. I
think you could still do that, but still incorporate these elements of it.
Yeah.
But maybe it's just like what appeals to me is just kind of like her, like that sort of in between stage where she's not really I'm not saying like do a Sif Dracula where like she doesn't become Supergirl till like the end of the show. That'd be dumb as fuck. But also I just wanted to like explore some of these emotions a bit more. The same with the sister as well, where she's like where not jump like right at the end, but she's kind of just like, oh, I felt insecure, and the only time I felt insecure myself was when you felt insecure. I'm just like, that's an interesting idea. I wish we delved more into it.
That could be like, there's a lot of things with these shows because they're so episodic, where there are things that'll happen which feel like they should be season arcs.
Yeah, maybe it's just like we've been kind of spoiled with how television is these days, and how, like, obviously it's been like kind of critiqued to the moon and back about how things need to return to the status quo, so we're not really able to do like that much character development. But that's not necessarily true. You can have these like character arcs throughout it, but I don't know, I didn't find these ones, and again it's like the pilot one, but I didn't find them like super satisfying in this one.
That's fair. So we
but also seeing it's my fault for seeing these back to back.
Well,
you see the mechanisms of like, oh, here's their base, which is in all the other ones. Here's like how they get the costume, how they do it. It's a superhero origin. But...
I think some of my main criticisms of this show are linked to the Arrowverse in general, of just the effect it kind of had on itself. It's like an Ouroboros of criticism, where it's just like, I don't like this thing that happens in Arrow, and then every show decided to do the same thing.
Like anything specific?
Like the base.
Yeah.
I don't know. Let's talk about the criticisms first, because I was going to say let's like go over what we like, but I think that I don't want to like end on too much negative.
Yeah.
So let's talk about criticisms. I fucking hate the DEO. The Department of Extraterrestrial Offenses or whatever. Because I like the idea, because the idea that there is this organization in the background that is controlling anything, that is run by a man.
Yeah.
Pulling the strings and trying to influence Supergirl. That could be a really compelling in-episode arc of Supergirl being like, oh, my sister works for them. They're in control. Even though I'm the one with powers, I have no real power there.
Yeah.
And yet, at the end of the episode, they're like, Kara literally goes to them and it's like, come on, Mr. I'm pretty sure that guy is Martian Manhunter.
No, he is.
Yeah, but I was like,
spoilers.
Please, Mr. Sorry. I was looking and I was like, I remember he has something.
Something going on.
So he's not human.
Yeah. But that'd be like a good parallel to like her normal work life.
Yeah, exactly. But like, I had this thing where like at the end when she's like, please, Martian Manhunter, I started this. I need to finish this. And it's like, why in Supergirl are we having the main crux of the episode being her asking permission of a man to save the day? It would be so much more compelling if the DEO was like a secondary weekly villain, where it was
like trying to hold it back or something.
Where they were like, you cannot do this. And she was like, I'm doing it anyway.
Yeah.
And having that drive. And that could cause conflict between her and his sister. Like, you know.
Yeah, there's just like there's like the pieces are there.
Yeah.
It just feels as though they're not using them like to their advantage.
And that's what I mean when I say like Arrow has like his crew that forms, and the Flash has like Arrow's crew takes a little bit longer, but by this time they're formed. And Flash immediately has like Team Flash with like Cisco and Caitlin and the Reverse Flash, obviously at the start. It feels like they were thinking, oh, we need her to have like a group of people guiding her. And it's like, but do we? Like, yeah, maybe have her sister, maybe like have her friends, but do we need an organization telling her what to do? Even stuff like at the end when she's in the fight with the fucking lizard guy.
Yeah, the man.
Oh God, I don't care about him. When he like goes to hit her with the axe, and by that point we've worked out that like, oh, she's gonna laser eye it, and then her sister goes in her earpiece and is like, do it now, and it's like,
I know.
do we
it's just
need
like,
her to be told what to do?
For like a show that's like not even it's supposed to be like in the same universe, or like it's supposed to be separate from like the CW show. This is like one for like the Flash pilot.
Yeah, exactly. And the Flash pilot,
we've already gone through that whole speech before. Do we really need like a second one?
And I think the reason that kind of works in the Flash, at least, especially like upon a rewatch, is, well, first of all, Barry has only just got his powers. He doesn't know what he's capable of. And also the person who's coaching him is the evil version of him.
Yeah, so there's like, there could be an undercurrent of manipulation.
Yeah, so it's like, even though you don't necessarily know that watching the first episode, by the end of the first episode, you know Harrison Wells is a bad guy.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, there's something there. Whereas in this, it's just like, do we need from, like, obviously Martian Manhunter is an alien, but like, do we need this organization telling her what to do? It just doesn't work for me. And, you know, like you said...
It feels like it's rushing to, like, get to this basis of what the show is, and that it's not able to, like, really explore anything new.
Yeah. Like Team Flash, even though they help him in the first episode, it's like, you know, they're not, like, an organization. They're just, like, a group of people who are trying to help. Whereas in this,
Scientists.
It's like, they're like...
And in this, the US military.
Yes, the US military has, like, been doing this for years.
Because of Superman.
Because of Superman. And it's just like, I don't know, maybe it'll go on to do something in this season. It wouldn't put past me if it, like, this becomes an arc of, like, her eventually realizing, oh, she needs to be more independent. But it just makes me wonder, like, if you were doing a Superman show... would you have...
Well, clearly they didn't, because they did.
Yeah, because they eventually did. And even then, like, I haven't watched Smallville, but I can't imagine Smallville, which I know was, like, 20 years before. But obviously a lot of this event, like, Smallville was kind of the domino that led to a lot of this.
Yeah.
They weren't like...
I'm just sick of bases. I'm sick of people gathering around with their big iPads.
I don't need Supergirl being told, like, he's here, go there, do this.
Or if they're going to do it...
She's not a fucking US operative.
Yeah, I want it to be, like, kind of different from Superman in that, like, I just... First of all, her beta friend should have been gay.
Yeah, I mean, do you know who that is?
No.
It's Jeremy Jordan, who you probably won't recognize, but I've talked about a lot. He's a big Broadway boy. He's Broadway's whitest boy.
Oh, is that him?
He's in Newsies. He's in The Last 5 Years. Great Gatsby. He's in so much.
Was he in Bonnie and Clyde?
He was in Bonnie and Clyde. Yeah, you saw him in Bonnie and Clyde.
That was him?
That's him, yeah.
Okay, maybe he gets like a lot of progression in this, but in this one he just gives me constant ick.
It feels like, because I don't think Jeremy Jordan is gay, but like, you know, he's a theatre guy. He's very good at like overacting, and like in a purposeful way. And this guy's obviously very. I'm not blaming his
performance.
No, it's
specifically in this. It's the writing in this.
Yeah, I feel kind of like a nice guy.
Yeah, and then you contrast it with fucking Giga Chad and Jimmy Olsen. Please forgive my use of just disgusting lingo, but like I'm just trying to like put across that like I don't know, we're leaning on these like very like lazy archetypes. I know I'm like in a way I'm leaning on different ones that are just in my preference. Yeah, at least it would have been like slightly different for like this genre, I feel.
Yeah, I mean, again, that kind of ties into whole like I think that my main criticism of this kind of links back to the feminism that it's trying to do, which is a part of the script. Like, I mean, fucking the line at the end of why? Because she's just a girl? That's exactly what we're counting on. That's the thing, because it doesn't fucking make any sense. Maybe if he had said, she can't do this, she's just a girl, maybe then, but like...
But that's what we're counting on.
But all he says is, she cannot do this. And then her sister says, why? Because she's just a girl? It's like... That's not what he said. And again, in a better script, I could see this working if the episode is maybe Kara being put down by these men.
Yeah,
but it doesn't do this.
It would make sense if like these things were like reflected in her workplace, maybe throughout her life, and then maybe she was being demeaned by. Obviously, she was being demeaned by the fucking villain.
Yeah, and like which
is just like a one-off line. Yeah, rather than like, oh, maybe you could explore more.
Yeah. More themes with that. Even like the boss, I love Kat Granta's character. I think the actress plays her very funnily. Her cunty boss. Yeah, I think she's very cool. But maybe having that character be male, and like having the fact that like her job is like serving a man, and like that being kind of the arc, or the fact that frankly, I think they tried to write Supergirl to be like progressive. And again, maybe in the future this gets addressed, but at least in this episode it doesn't feel like it. I feel like they've written it where her entire life revolves around men. Her best friend is a straight guy who's attracted to her. Yeah. Then hot Jimmy Olsen comes along and we find out at the end he knows that she's Supergirl. Yeah. And he was sent there because her cousin, who is a man, sent him there to watch her. Yeah. It feels like she's got all these male eyes on her, watching her constantly.
Yeah, where's her, like, I don't know, where's her friend?
Yeah, like, I just feel like
I think she just needs a BF.
Yeah, she just needs like, and like I know her sister's there, but like that's a sister. I want her to have like
that's like some of my favorite stuff is just when they're like, I feel as though like the pieces are there where they could have just been like, oh, she's like worrying for her, even though like obviously what does she have to worry about? She's literally a god. Yeah. But like once it gets reframed like, oh, she's working for this organization, there's obviously there's like some layers playing out here. Yeah. And there's like, and then you throw in the stuff about her feeling like insecure about her. But again, these are just sort of sprinkled in rather than just like being like... Yeah. But it feels like... This feels kind of hard to critique because it's trying to set up so much for this. But again, it's their choice to put in all of these elements in. Yeah. Because it feels like... With like a lot of the shows at these times, rather than fleshing out certain ideas, they just throw in as many as possible to hope that like you're interested in like 4 or 5 of them. Exactly.
And that's why I'm saying like I could see a storyline addressing these things. Yeah. But we've only got this episode to go off of and this is what it's been told. And it doesn't necessarily feel like setup. It just feels like it's all here. Yeah. If that makes sense. Even stuff like you can do stuff with comparisons. They say about like, Ali Adler said, we wanted Superman's role to be minimal. And yet his shadow was all over this.
Quite literally. He literally blocks out the sun.
Yeah.
At one point.
Yeah, exactly. How many times does she need to be like, oh, my cousin, oh, this guy? And it's like, make a point of that. Make her at the end say something along the lines of, not literally, I'm not a fucking screenwriter, especially with dialogue, but have her say something along the lines of like, oh, I'm not Superman. I'm like my own person. But it's just, even the stuff like she saves the plane, which was a very heroic act. Like, and then the whole
Jimmy's
thing,
just like, he
did that first. And like, yeah, make the arc of this episode, because every episode has to have some sort of arc.
Yeah.
Make the arc of the episode her constantly being compared to Superman.
Yeah.
And address that. Maybe at the start she doesn't want to have the S because she doesn't want to be like just associated with him.
Yeah.
Or something. Or when obviously she has the argument with her boss about calling her Supergirl, and like that she says about like, why does she have to be a girl? You even have the thing of like, why does she have to have the same name as Superman? Yeah. And like, make it her choice. Wonder Woman. Then. We can have a joke about that. Wonder Woman never appeared in the Arrowverse.
Oh, there you go.
I don't think she did. Unless it was like a one-off. Maybe like they showed a shot of Linda Carter or something at some point, probably in The Flash. Yeah. Yeah. But it just felt like but the most negative thing, the way I want to word it, is it felt like they had the idea of like a feminist story, and then did the bare minimum. I was genuinely shocked to find out this was written by a woman.
Yeah.
But also, again, I'm not blaming Ali Adler for any of this.
It's kind of annoying because I can kind of see where they were going for it, and I think it's just a shame because I feel as though given the time and maybe just like being bogged down by so much of the necessities, it's not able to really be its own thing. Yeah. So it just feels like a pale imitation.
Exactly, and it's just
without even like playing off it in like an interesting way.
Yeah, it feels like it needs to draw attention to the fact that it's not Superman, it's Supergirl, but not in a constructive way. Yeah. Of like, that's the point.
Any other big criticisms?
Let me have a look of. I've got like individual things where like, what the fuck you on about? like Jeremy Jordan's like, I hacked into the NCPD. How?
Why not?
He's like a tech guy.
Well, he knows the algorithms, because if there was an algorithm for love, he'd know it.
Oh god. I love Jeremy Jordan as an actor, but the way I don't know, like you said, I'm sure it's scripted directing, but even the way he says like, oh my god, you're a lesbian. Oh my god, like, you're a lesbian. That could be a very funny scene, because even before it happened, I was like, this is playing like a coming out scene. And obviously that's the joke. But then just having him be like, oh, this is great, that's why you're not into me. It's just like...
I know. It's just like,
maybe have him be over-supportive, but not say that line. Maybe he's just like, this is great, we can like go on double dates or something.
What I'm guessing is her and Jimmy Olsen do not get together. Yeah. And it's more just like a slow progression. It's like they're sizzling the relationship with these two.
I mean, I don't know if she gets with Jeremy Jordan, so, she might do.
It's niche, but I'd love her to be gay, but even bi. I'll put up with that.
That'd be so cool. I mean, I know there was a big ship between her and Lena Luthor who gets introduced.
I did see her on IMDb.
Yeah, there's a massive ship between them, but I'm sure that was never made canon. Because it is the CW. Yeah. And if they're going to canonize their gays, they have to kill them immediately.
You should just be happy that they're women.
Yeah.
Can't be gay.
Can't be gay as well. I mean, we'll get a trans woman eventually. Oh, that's cool. That is cool.
It could be a three-way. I'm sexualizing to this. I just like. It's
okay. You're allowed to. Yeah. If I did it, it would be really weird.
Yeah. not as in like weird, as in like oh, well, just like out of character.
Out of character. Yeah. Just
get really into it. Yeah. Any other? Because I feel as though we're being very negative, and I feel as though we should sprinkle in some good stuff.
Exactly. Yeah.
Because it sounds like we're just like...
we're like, fuck this show and it's stupid
woke
women.
Shit, yeah.
That's the thing. Arguably, we want it to be woker.
Yeah, no, I want it to be gay. Yeah. I want there to be more gay people in it. I think it's awesome there's a trans women in it.
Yeah. I want the woman to not listen to the men.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Even if they are Martians. Why did the guy at the beginning... Why was she just like, oh, aliens don't exist, Superman exists?
I was thinking about that because it depends on which story, I guess. Because I'd forgotten this because in James Gunn's Superman, he's very open about the fact that he's an alien. But reading Birthright at the minute, there's like big thing, and granted that's his origin story.
Yeah.
So he's like trying to get the public to trust him, and Lex Luthor's main reason of why the public shouldn't trust him is outing him as an alien.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So maybe that's it. And in this world, Superman hasn't been introduced before.
No. I'm retracting my criticism. That's a good explanation.
That's fair. But to add a little bit of criticism.
Okay. Sprinkle it in.
So Kara arrives at 13 and she's now, I think, 25. I think they said it'd been like 12 years.
Okay.
But by the time she arrives at 13, Clark has already been Superman. So has he really been Superman for like 15 years and never mentioned?
Yeah.
Because kryptonite exists.
Does it? Oh, yeah, it is. It's like they just have it.
I guess the general public just don't know that aliens exist.
I guess so.
Yeah.
So, like, I'm guessing his main roster has, like, because, what's her name? Luthor.
Lena Luthor.
Lena Luthor.
Yeah.
Who's his sister?
Yeah, I think she's like his sister. She's in Birthright. So.
Is she bald?
No, unfortunately. No, that'd be so hot.
That'd be awesome.
I mean, maybe it's a wig. Maybe one time.
Oh, she just snatches it. Oh god, I pulled the full recording thing.
Are we still recording?
Yeah.
Okay. That'd be so cool.
It's just like she yanks it.
I love the idea of her being like her taking off the glasses and be like, I am Supergirl, and for some reason
she pulls it off. That's such a good idea.
I know that won't happen. No. We should make that happen. The rest of my criticisms are just like, why are the DEO firing firebombs at a power plant, and like just the fights kind of looking wonky and stuff like that.
Yeah,
but that's
TV.
That's TV stuff. I'm not judging that. Sliding it into a positive. The CGI could look a lot worse.
Some of it looks alright.
Yeah.
Like when her face doesn't need to be on screen, I think it looks pretty good. Yeah. It's when they have to composite her into a scene, I think it looks kind of weak.
Yeah. Like, I think they could get probably very creative with how they style it.
Yeah.
I think that's what they can kind of get away with on The Flash. Granted, not when he's like running at the camera, but like when he's just running, you only need the silhouette.
Yeah.
So I imagine they could do a very similar thing with her. But, in terms of like the plane scene, I think quite ambitious for like a TV show in the first episode. I think that looks generally quite good.
Yeah, it looks pretty good. I got a couple of notes about that. You know how we often say when we're on like a plane together, just like, oh, there's turbulence. You look at the cabin crew and see how they're reacting. Yeah. How would you react if you saw someone just get bodied on top of them?
Have I told you where I think my fear of flight comes from? I might have mentioned in the last episode. I saw something when I was quite young of like a simulation of a plane crash or something on TV.
Yeah.
And I distinctly remember an air hostess was like in the middle taking the trolley, and because the plane is going down, she gets like thrown up.
Yeah.
And like slammed against the roof and stays there, and she's screaming. Yeah. And like I'm not saying that's why I'm afraid of planes, but I definitely think
that would cause it.
Yeah. So when I did see that guy get thrown, I was just like,
oh god, here we go. Yeah. Her sister, calm as fuck.
I mean,
either she was at peace or she knew like she was going to come for her.
But with how she reacted, annoyed, I like to think that she was just like, I knew I was going to die at some point.
Here I go. I'll be if I was like BFs or like if I was in a relationship with like a Superman or a Supergirl or whatever, I would be kind of cocky about it. I would just walk into oncoming traffic and see what happens.
When fucking Lois jumps out a window. Was that Superman or was that Spider-Man?
No, that's Superman too.
Yeah,
she jumps into Niagara Falls.
Oh yeah, it's just to save her. I swear there's a bit in a Spider-Man comic or maybe or Superman. Because I genuinely think it's either Lois or Mary Jane, where she's like jumps out of a window. It's like one of the old cartoons. She jumps out of a window.
Yeah.
And she's like, "What did you do that for? I just needed to make sure you'd actually catch me."
Like that.
I remember in one of the movies, or maybe the show, where like Lois jumps out of the Daily Planet building thinking that Clark was Superman and trying to like be like, I know you're Superman, you're going to save me. And instead Clark runs downstairs at super speed, pulls out an awning that she then bounces off.
Oh yeah, that's in the movie.
That's the movie, yeah. I remember it survived.
I'd be like
very toxic trope.
Yeah.
But also, I would probably do way more like risky things if I knew that someone could just fly in and save me.
I'm just going to make a very dark, self-harming joke. So anyway, she stops the plane.
Progress right there. She stops the plane. I like her stopping the plane. I like her standing on the wing. I like that it's 2015 and yet no one has like
iPhones weren't that good.
They were, I guess so. It's just kind of funny to think that like with 20 times zoom or anything now, it's like, has anyone got a clear picture of this girl? Just anyone.
Yeah.
Do you ever
Well,
do you ever think about how, because we have so much footage of like 9/11 and stuff,
Yeah.
and that was 2001.
Yeah.
Like if something like that happened now, how many angles and like
I want to
things we
see.
would have?
I don't know if this has ever been done. I would love like an installation somewhere.
Yeah.
Like hundreds of TVs of it like syncing every single like angle of the 9/11 of like the tower going down, but like synchronized from like every single one from like home videos to like news broadcast. I'd love to see something like that. I love seeing the same event from different angles.
Yeah, it makes it feel so real.
Yeah.
And like even in less of a tragedy sense and more in a fiction sense. I remember one of the ideas we floated around when Cloverfield sequels were happening.
Oh yeah,
was just Cloverfield, the experience of Cloverfield from another perspective. I love the idea of maybe a disaster movie or just something playing with like found footage, except rather than it just being from like one camera.
It's just from multiple ones.
Yeah,
Chronicle kind of does that.
Chronicle does at the end, but it doesn't quite work for me because it only does it at the end. And the excuse is like I like it when it does the news broadcast, but a lot of the excuse is just, he's holding the camera with his telekinesis. It's like, okay, you just kind of needed a third person view.
Yeah.
But I mean, even like even vertical, this would be extremely overwhelming to watch.
Yeah.
But maybe like a short film where like you have like the screen split into 4 and it's just vertical videos.
That'd be cool.
And like you're seeing like the different events play out, and like you obviously focus on different ones at different times. And then
maybe that'll happen in the Carrie remake.
Maybe, yeah,
Just like
genuinely.
people phoning it, and it's just like, you know, in the department when it splits.
Yeah. Genuinely, that's an idea.
Mike, if you listen to this one as well, like, you know,
weirdly, the comparison I'm weirdly going to make is in one of the 3 good bits I like in the Mean Girls musical movie.
Yeah,
is in the Halloween song "Sexy," where like it does the TikTok dances, which, you know, modernizes it. Like, I don't really have opinions on that, but like where it does like have multiple characters doing dances on screen, but from the perspective of they recording themselves on their phone.
Yeah,
and it's like. Yeah, I would never want to watch like a vertical thing in a cinema where it's just most of the screen is black. But you could play with like having multiple vertical things next to each other.
Yeah.
And like,
I agree.
Yeah, we should make that.
Yeah, we could.
Yeah.
I got enough audio equipment now.
Yeah.
So.
And we have phones. That's all we would need.
Yeah.
So
I've been genuinely interested in because this is a complete tangent now.
that's right.
Obviously, we saw 28 years later, now shot on iPhones. Yeah. But I can't remember the name for the life of me. But the woman that Sean Baker works with, the guy who did Anora. And some of her other push. She produced like all of his film. She's done a film recently as well, and she just shot it on an iPhone. Yeah, like completely, and it's like being shown to cards and stuff.
Really?
Yeah. So I'm really interested because like they're surprisingly powerful.
Yeah, you know, as much as I love the film. Look, don't get me wrong. But when it comes to like, if you're gonna go digital, if it works, you can be like,
no, it gives it like, it has like such a specific look. And it doesn't necessarily look good, but I think it ages in an interesting way that you'll be able to look back on it in like 10 years and be like, oh, that has a specific style. Yeah. We just aren't able to look at it. It's
kind of like home video.
Yeah, like I love it like mini DV or something.
Yeah, exactly. No, it's very interesting. And honestly, I'm surprised. I guess Superman has like people recording him, like the new movie.
Yeah.
But yeah, the idea of like a superhero thing being played with like that, like people on the plane taking pictures of Supergirl from that, because, you know, I'm not saying people would have immediately outed her as Kara, but like, because, you know, the benefit of that is like it's a city, so it's like, who knows this random girl?
Yeah.
But it's funny to think, for example, Spider-Man, where the whole thing of like, get me pictures of Spider-Man, and like nowadays, so many people would probably be able to with smartphones.
Yeah.
You know,
that's true.
Phones are wild.
Anything else you like? What do you think of the I want to get her name correct. Melissa Benoist. Do you think
Melissa Benoist? I really like Melissa Benoist. I think I am biased because I loved her on Glee as well. And honestly, her character on Glee has a very similar personality to Supergirl.
Well, quite bubbly.
Quite bubbly. Shyer, definitely. But like has moments of excitement.
Yeah.
And like you see that shine through. And I do think she's really endearing. I don't know how well she will handle more serious things. Because even though obviously she was going for a horrible experience on Glee, but also like she has a very like dark storyline on Glee where like she like suffers with an eating disorder and like it's very upsetting. And I think she's like she does really well. But in the one emotional scene she gets in this, I mean, we know she makes that really funny noise. I'm like, I don't know, it just doesn't work for me. But again, I'm not saying that's her. I think it's maybe a mix of like directing and script. I'm sure she's able to pull off emotional stuff.
Yeah, I like it being like quite bubbly in this. Like my favorite part is when she comes back and there is that scene with the sister where she's like clearly worried about like the future, like this coming up, and she's just kind of ecstatic, able to like let loose for a little bit.
Yeah, I definitely think she's great for the role that they've like given her.
My favorite parts of this are like her being able to like express herself more because of this. Like when she's like trying on different costumes, like it's like one scene, but I felt more enjoyment in that one montage than I did for like most of the episode.
Yeah, I love that montage. It was really cute. The fucking outfit they gave her at the start.
yeah, that was funny.
Yeah.
But this is like kind of basically what I'm guessing what She-Hulk is, but I would have just kind of like, I would have liked a chill show where she just like go around dating. I know that's like kind of sexist to be like, oh, she's a girl, she's just going around
recently
dating. I just wanted to like have a good time, like have powers, like still do this thing on the side. But,
recently, me and Val and Garen, we watched the last like 4 episodes of She-Hulk. And I'd seen She-Hulk before and I liked it. Granted, I will admit, God, going back, that show looks like us. But the best bits, because the reason we watched it is because I was talking about Daredevil, because I love Daredevil. And I was like, oh, he's great in She-Hulk. I love those bits. So I just put on the 2 episodes he's in. And yeah, honestly, just the relationship stuff is interesting. And there's a Reddit comment. I'll read all of them later. But there's a Reddit comment that compares like season 1 of Supergirl to Sex in the City.
Yeah.
And I was just like, okay, that's really interesting. Because I like the idea of...
Yeah, if it's more like that, then I think that'd be genuinely really interesting. I like the idea of like her balancing these sort of relationships as well as... Because it's like kind of different from... like a Spider-Man or something. Yeah. Because although he's doing this, it's like a different dynamic going on. Yeah. Because like, with like, you know, a bustling like 20-year-old in the city, she's going to be like, oh, she's going to be with her friends. She's going to be drinking, you know?
I like the idea of, and you can even play with that, like the fact that she can't get drunk.
Yeah.
And maybe she doesn't want people to know that, so she has to pretend.
Yeah.
Or you have the thing that the Flash does because the Flash also can't get drunk.
Yeah.
Where they have to like... make the strongest alcohol.
No, that'd be like really cute. Just like have this like I don't know how else to describe this, almost artistically coded sort of, because she's like so alien and so different. I wanted to see that interaction with the world around her. Yeah. Like I'd like there to be some friction with how she was, because obviously Clark was like raised on Earth completely. He was basically like non-conscious on Krypton. Whereas like she was raised a little bit on Krypton. She is different, and then obviously she came later on, and like her whole identity was being split apart. I think there's like a lot to play there. Yeah, exactly, and I think that maybe like I don't know fully, but I'm sure that it does follow the same structure of the Flash. Less so Arrow, but Arrow kind of does it as well, of like the villain of the week. Yeah, and I understand why. But yeah, I just don't think you need that. Yeah. Like, obviously, it sets up the prison where it's like, oh, all the prisoners escaped. Yeah, it was like every prisoner is going to be the villain of the week, like, and that's going to be the tied together thing. I read it. But just have it. I can't remember the prison's name. Fort Roz. Fort Roz. Shit name. This is your fault, Supergirl. Because shut up. Fuck off. It's like she was literally a child. You finally did something. Shut up. He's such a dick. You're such a dick. She should have just turned around just like, fuck you. X-rayed vision him. No, X-rayed, laser vision. Fuck you. How did she not clock he's an alien? Granted, I don't know if he is the alien. Martian Manhunter's a shapeshifter, isn't he? So I don't know if he shapeshifts to become... Imagine like, she just clocked him. That's what I'm wondering. It's like, interesting. Okay. Like, I hate aliens. Huh. All right. Okay. I like that idea. If she knows and she's just like, okay. Interesting. We can't help but fuse our ideas of personality onto this slate. That's the problem. When we care about something like, when something's like this close to being good, we can't help but like put ideas on it. Yeah. Yeah, I love the idea of Supergirl Sex in the City, of just her like,
oh, she's got a date, but the building next door is on fire.
It sounds like it's such a sexist idea, but I genuinely really enjoy that.
That's the thing. I know it sounds kind of sexist, especially like.
Oh, no more just like having more like women to bounce off that aren't her boss.
Yeah, exactly.
Or her sister.
Give her a friend.
Why
are all her friends men?
I don't know. Oh, well, I guess
Lena will get introduced.
I know, but again, that's like a villain, isn't it?
Well, I guess like enemies to lovers or whatever.
Right,
or lovers to enemies, depending on which way it goes. But like, yeah, it's just... She should be out with she should be at the club.
She should literally be out at the club.
Yeah.
Which is like... It feels like we're just sort of like... We're just like, oh, that's basically what James Gunn is doing, more or less.
Yeah, I guess. But, you know, I'm glad someone's doing it. And he wasn't the one who invented the idea.
Yeah.
But he's just, like, picking up on how to make it different. Because I have seen a criticism of this show where it's like Supergirl is too much like Superman. Which, granted, I'd have to watch more and, like... But from what I've seen, I can kind of understand that. Just in terms of, like, seeing, like, the goodness and... you know, just the positive personality. Yeah. So I completely understand that, but yeah, I wish there was something a bit more in this to make it a bit more unique. Yeah. Like, you know, like you said, watching them back to back probably doesn't help. But then back in the day, I was watching like 5 episodes back to back a week.
Yeah, I can imagine them sort of blending together.
Yeah.
But they had like a date scene in this.
They did. That guy was a dick.
Yeah.
And I
like her answer, just like, where are you from? North.
Like to think she's never thought of like an answer.
Yeah. Why didn't she just say where she grew up?
Like in not Kansas. I can't remember where she grew up. But yeah. Wonder if we'll see her human parents.
Probably at some point.
Probably. Yeah. No, that's the thing. She should be out. Like you said, it sounds sexist to be like she should be going on dates and like doing like fun things. But is it less sexist? Is it more sexist for her to be out like partying and dating than her to be serving the military?
Yeah, you know? No, I agree.
Yeah.
Okay. Again, not to get... I'm genuinely curious about this.
Yeah.
Feel free to cut this.
Okay.
She said she's never experienced pain. Does she not get periods?
I thought that was what you were going to ask. I don't know.
So, even if...
I mean, she's Kryptonian, so I guess I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know if there's ever been a...
Would it be sexist to explore that idea?
Not necessarily.
It's biologically essentialist.
When the trans character is introduced, it's like, she's not a real woman. She doesn't even get periods. And Supergirl's like, neither do I.
Neither do I. What's a period?
What's a period? She can't carry.
Yeah, she's literally just carry white.
Yeah. No, that's an interesting question. I'm sure someone has asked that before and it's probably got an answer.
Yeah.
But it's not like it'll come up often.
Would it affect her powers? This sounds like a parody of like what you write a feminist character about, but this is just a genuine curiosity.
That is. I will say I'm a little afraid of the idea of someone being like, oh, Supergirl's powers are going AWOL because she's on a period.
I think that would be really funny. Like not like she would like go apeshit or something, but like I don't know, she gets cramps or something, so she just like takes a day off, and because of it, like 1 million bank robberies happen or something.
Maybe you could say that like because
I'm not saying
she's
like
impervious to pain, like a lot of normal pain. Maybe Kryptonians do have periods; they just don't get hurt by them.
Yeah,
I don't know. I remember Kryptonian birth being weird, but I don't know if that was just Man of Steel.
Oh yeah, they get laid in eggs.
Yeah, but I don't know if that's just a Man of Steel thing.
I think that's a Man of Steel thing.
Yeah, that was weird. God. Can you pass me my phone, please? Yeah, I'm really curious about the period thing. It's under your headphone thing. Oh. I'll need it back. I'll need it in a minute anyway, because I've read it.
Can she get pregnant? Has she ever been pregnant?
I assume she can get pregnant. We're asking the important questions. We wouldn't be asking these questions if it was Superman. Because we know he can't get pregnant. Unless he can, and we don't know that.
It's like Cosmo.
Does Supergirl get periods?
I'm only asking that because she said she's never felt pain before.
Yeah. r/ask science fiction 4 years ago. Does Supergirl menstruate? Let's find out.
Has there been any kind of event?
Not ask. Check Google AI.
And full disclosure, I do not get periods, so this is...
Okay. She doesn't... Apparently, according to Whip It Good 4 years ago... she does not.
Like canonically? Okay.
Yes. Kryptonians are all sterile now, and Kara was conceived, as all other Kryptonians at the time were, in artificial wombs. Women have menstrual cycles removed from their biology. We know this because Jor-El needed to experiment to get Lara to conceive naturally. Oh, someone spotted. I think that is limited to the Man of Steel and DCEU continuity. Given that we know for a fact that Superman does indeed have offspring in numerous different continuities in the far future. Supergirl has also had offspring in a number of comics and alternate futures and universes.
But they were conceived
conceived naturally, in quotes, obviously. So Superman doesn't menstruate.
Good to know.
But yeah, so I guess DCEU, it's canon that they don't
menstruate. Okay.
In Man of Steel specifically, does Wonder Woman get her period? I don't. These are the questions we need to be asking. Do Amazonians?
I don't know.
That's a YouTube video. I can't watch that. Interesting though. Fanfiction.net. Cramps and All. Chapter 1. A Supergirl fanfic.
Oh, that sounds cool.
Yeah. Supergirl anatomy explored. How can she manipulate time?
With their period?
Periods. I'm guessing it's never. I'm guessing, unsurprisingly, it's never been addressed.
Okay. Because nobody wants to ask the real questions.
Look at this incredible meme from Reddit.
Tell me, do you believe yes every month? Dude.
So it's
I love how blurry it is. There you go. Say that for the Instagram.
I will not increase the quality. It will be going up in that quality. Oh God.
You know how they say like the moon affects your period?
Yeah.
Oh, it's like, you know.
Yeah.
She blows up a moon. I am free of this.
I'm free.
Like Piccolo.
It's like fucking Dr. Eggman, full slice of the moon. I just want to share this with you though that I found out, just found us on here. It's for the listeners, it's a panel, and I'm just like, this is what Supergirl should be.
This is cute. Yeah. Oh, that's cute.
So it's her in the costume, and it's just like, but she's thinking about boys. And again, it sounds so sexist to say.
Oh, I wanted to have fun.
But like, yeah, I just wanted to like
girls.
pal around. Yeah.
I mean, I wanted to be gay, but it's just personal reasons. Like, just like. Fuck it, give her a septum ring.
Give her blue hair. give her pronouns.
Now we've gone too far. What a terrible episode. This is
5 years ago, do Kryptonians need to poop or pee?
Good question.
Let's find out.
I want to know the entirety of the biology of Kryptonians at this point.
Interesting. Under a red sun, they are basically human, so I would say yes. So does that mean on Krypton, the Supergirl has periods, but on Earth, she doesn't?
That makes sense. I'm gonna take that as canon.
The period thing is a good question, mainly for post-crisis Krypton, where Kryptonians had to become pretty sterile and logical under this society.
It's like the whole like Krypton thing is that they're like peak society, but it also kind of delved into fascism.
Yeah, it's like how you can't have a utopia without it being like fascist or something, isn't it?
That's interesting.
Superman doesn't need to eat, but just absorbs the sun through radiation.
Does Superman blast rope?
I mean, we know he can. He has kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it doesn't kill her.
No. It's not like Spider-Man's radioactive.
Well, because like in Superman 2, he had to like be human.
I mean, I'm sure some continuities it does. In the DCU, it doesn't. The CW universe, it doesn't. Yeah. Unless Superman and Lois addresses that, and I just haven't seen that bit yet, where it's just like, how did you have kids? Oh, well, we had to do this. But then like his kids have powers, so I assume that I don't know, maybe they're not even conceived by Lois. Maybe they're like as clones essentially or something. I don't know. I haven't seen it yet, so.
How do you feel about the whole aliens being an immigrant metaphor?
I think it would work better if you weren't having the villains of the week be aliens.
They're coming into our planet.
Yeah. You could do something with that. Maybe have it so... Okay, I'm just writing fucking Supergirl fanfiction at this point. Have it so they think it's a monster of the week, but sometimes it's just like an alien trying to coexist. And
there's a couple of Superman stories like that.
Yeah, exactly. And then, so the DEO is like, no, we need to like arrest them and put them back. Because like this is my thing with the prison thing as well. I know it's like again with
just no, do it.
Let me cook. The whole thing. It's like, oh, the worst of the worst goes there. Okay, Do you think maybe some of them just want to live normal lives now that they've been stuck in the Phantom Zone all this time?
Could you imagine some nuance?
Yeah, maybe some of them just want to reform.
Maybe they were falsely convicted.
Maybe. And granted, maybe
in this fascist society, what they deemed as like a crime is in fact completely wrong.
Maybe the show does this, but I'm not entirely sure. They were all like, oh, your mother was the one who locked us up. Maybe her mother was corrupt.
Yeah.
Superman, the James Gunn movie did this, where Superman's parents were weird as fuck.
Yeah.
Maybe this is doing it where it's like, actually, her parents weren't the good guys.
No, but then she misses her mum, who's a bit fashy.
And her aunt is there at the end. Because, like...
That's her aunt?
Yeah, she's like my niece or something. It's like, oh, God. I find that...
No, I like the idea of two baddies going at each other.
That's fair. It's not a problem with her being a woman. It's more just like, Jesus Christ... How many people survived on this planet?
It was just Superman's parents and
for the rest of
Kara's parents. Yeah.
It's like fucking Dragon Ball levels of just how many Saiyans are there.
It's a big planet. And they're like, super advanced.
Yeah.
Anything can go.
Honestly, the fact that so many of them did die is kind of a failure on their parts.
Yeah. Phantom Zone's kind of shit. Nobody stayed in there.
Yeah. I mean...
So, like, it didn't feel like 13 years or something, or like 12 years.
No, she didn't experience
it. How long did it feel in there?
I think she just, like, kind of slept.
Just had a bit of a snooze.
Yeah.
She came out.
Because, like, isn't Krypton, like, 20 light years from Earth or something?
Oh, yeah.
So, like, they were in, like, cryo sleep.
That's really close.
20... Yeah, I guess it is in terms of, like...
That's like nothing.
Yeah.
That's like a
How far away is Pluto?
Like, okay, that's not light years.
No, I guess not.
But, like, the nearest galaxy is only, like, a couple light years.
How... I don't know what I expected to get from this. How far away is 2 light years? They'll have no frame of reference for this.
So just, like, look up, where's the closest, like, galaxy? No, where's the closest galaxy?
Canis Major Dwarf Galaxy. No, to be fair, yeah, this actually... It is 25,000 light years from the sun. So yeah, 20 light years. That's not... Well, that's like...
No, I meant is Krypton canonically like...
I don't know. I thought you meant is that canon.
Is that canon?
It's like, I guess it is, yeah.
It's science canon.
How...
On this podcast, we believe in God.
Distance between Earth and Sun, Earth and Moon. No, fucking Earth and Krypton.
Know what I'm thinking, Google. Fuck's sake.
Fuck off. Krypton's home planet is a fictional world. Astrophysicist Neil deGrasse Tyson placed it, I know, in the constellation Corvus.
Why?
Around about 27.1 light years. So, it's close to 20. Let's have a look. I imagine it differs between what's it called? Adaptations. Spear Liver on Ask Science Fiction says Earth is in sector 2814, Krypton is in sector 2813. How large is the sector is up for debate.
Thanks for being posting.
Okay, there's a lot more, but yeah, TLDR just says close.
I love science, man.
Yeah.
I love definitive answers.
That's true. Better than nothing.
In Rebirth, you're reading
Yes,
that right
I'm
now.
reading Rebirth right now.
Does it say why Krypton blows up? This is like contentious sometimes.
Not so far. So what's happening in Rebirth is it's kind of like in Superman has like messages from Krypton, but he can't decode them. Lex has though, so I'm sure we'll find out like more information. But Superman doesn't actually know what the messages say, so I'm not sure. But I don't know. I personally don't think you need to give a reason why Krypton blows up.
This kind of does.
Yeah, sometimes the planets die.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could have it like be part of some greater conspiracy, like I think Man of Steel was. I think that's kind of poetic in itself of just even just have it where, because they don't have powers on their own planet, which is kind of wild.
Yeah,
but
they're just dudes.
Yeah,
like imagine I guess if we go to a different planet, we could jump higher or less.
Yeah, that's
depending
true.
on the gravity.
Go to a planet with more gravity.
My bones. Imagine they did that. Like Superman got here below the gravity, squashed him. He's like a spot.
Squished baby. I think that it could be interesting to talk about that. Maybe if Krypton had a Superman, Krypton would have survived.
That's true.
But Earth will survive because Earth has supermen and girls.
Super people.
Super people. Super friends. I like when Jeremy Jordan calls them the super friends.
Yeah, that's cute.
Yeah. Sorry, you go.
No, there's like one story I want you to read.
Yeah.
I haven't read it. I watched the animated version of it. It's an Alan Moore story.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's I don't know how to describe it. I don't even remember the name of it. But me and Rachel watched it once and it genuinely made me cry.
Really?
Yeah, it was beautiful.
Superman or Supergirl?
Superman.
Fair. I mean,
I know. Much like the show, we can't stop talking about
I know. Which is funny because we're not talking about Superman and Lois this season.
No, I know.
Or Smallville. Thing is, it's like Superman and Lois. I'm sure it's good. I want to watch it, but it's like, this is the earlier one. It makes more sense to talk about this. I will read some Reddit posts, but I had an idea for a new segment.
Okay.
But I think we've already kind of addressed this, but we could do this in future episodes. Because like, we were like, would you greenlight it? Will you watch it? The answer is usually yes, followed by no.
Yeah.
But I like the idea of like, if you were to keep watching this, what would you want to see?
Oh, okay. Yeah, then fucking Super Sex in the City.
Yeah, Super Sex in the City. Just want to see her have fun, but also like have consequence from her powers. So, you know.
I want to see her grow.
Yeah, I want a character arc. Which I'm sure they give her some sort of thing. But yeah, I want to see her like, oh, she's got a party tonight, but they're like, there's a submarine exploding up the North Atlantic and she can't be in both places at once. I want Disney Channel's Supergirl, because this is literally like fucking Nick thing of like, Hannah Montana can't be in two places at once.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that wouldn't really be an issue for her, considering she could literally... Someone who could do anything, I feel as though would get kind of sad. And I think that would be interesting.
Yeah. Maybe have it where she's stopping these bad guys of the week event. Because, like, I know she struggles this week, but have it where it's like these bad guys of the week and nothing for her. I think The Flash kind of addressed that. I'm sure there's like an episode of The Flash where he stops like 100 crimes in a row and he's just like, doesn't do it for me anymore.
That's interesting.
Yeah. So, yeah, I just thought, like, especially in, like, we kind of talked about what we want from it throughout, but especially in future episodes, if we're just kind of like, we're kind of curious, but not sure. We're just like, what would we want to see? Anyway, enough negativity. Supergirl subreddit, surprisingly active.
Yeah.
Yeah. Got a lot of upvotes. Not too many comments, but some passionate ones. Someone just said, starting out strong. I love wet Kara standing on the wing of the plane, lit by the helicopter spotlights.
Yeah, that looked cool. I like that image.
I really like that image of it. Someone just said, loved it. There are longer ones that I will read. Someone said, I feel like I can write an essay on this, which, yeah, fair. I loved it when it first came out. I grew up on the original Superman films, comics, Smallville. I was around 19 when Supergirl premiered on CBS, and I was pretty much in their target demographic. I think the pilot is a strong start. It does what a good pilot should and establishes the world, relationships, and tone. While there are traditional external friends, monsters of the week, the real through-line conflict is the person versus the self. I'm not laughing at that. It's just I was kind of surprised at like how that went.
Sorry, dude, you're finding diamonds in this, bro.
Yeah. Even in the episode, Jimmy asks, in a way, I suppose, the central question of the series ultimately revolves around who is Kara Danvers and who does she want to be. That carries all the way throughout to the series finale.
That's good to hear.
Well, that's nice then. That's nice to know that is something.
That's the thing. It feels like really dumb, like criticizing this kind of show, where it feels like, yes, it returns to the status quo, but there's sprinklings of arcs throughout it. So it feels like criticizing a pilot like in this nature feels almost impervious. However, I do stand by them. We
got to remember that if we were watching these at time of airing, which, you know, there are some we talk about where we've seen more of, like, we know about future stuff. But if we were watching this day one and deciding, am I going to keep watching?
Yeah.
We don't know what's coming in the future.
Yeah.
So we can only criticize what is here.
Yeah.
And, Melissa Benoist's portrayal is a huge part of why the pilot works so well as it does. She sells the duality of Kara and Kara Zor-El and Kara Danvers immediately. And so they said, I can't wait to listen to the podcast and see how you'll see it. I hope you are not disappointed by all our criticism.
Yes.
I'm saying this as someone who loves the idea of Supergirl and wants it to be better. And if I do keep watching the Arrowverse eventually, maybe I'll be pleasantly surprised and biting my tongue. Maybe I'll just be like, I was wrong. I just didn't give it more time to cook.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. There are plenty of things that are taken out of context could end could end us. But I hope you take it in good faith.
Yeah. A lot of strong imagery. This is a long one. This was only yesterday, so this is cool. A lot of strong imagery and good plot hooks. Love Kara on the plane. Cat Grant is a ton of fun. I think she should figure out Kara's identity pretty early on. I would love to have her be a bit kind of more old school feminist, maybe less up on queer issues, more embedded in society as she knew it, and have her trend that way. I think that's really interesting, the idea of having a character who's kind of like, if your feminism is going to be a theme, have a character who's old style feminism. And
yeah, that'd be interesting.
I think that's a really interesting idea.
Second wave.
Yeah. Especially like the queer issues things. Yeah. And I can imagine like being like, oh, this person's really progressive except for the one thing they're weirdly hell-bent on.
Yeah, that's usually what starts a whole new wave of of a what do you call it?
Progressivism.
A whole new wave of progressivism.
Love this one. Too many male supporting characters. Yep,
absolutely agree.
I would have cut Wynn or James, preferably James since he adds so little. I'm split because yes, Jimmy Olsen being there is kind of just like, oh well, Superman sent me here to look out for you and stuff, and that's creepy and kind of controlling. It was like, oh, his story's being controlled by a man. But Jeremy Jordan's character is just like, it's like the whole thing of like, oh, I like her, but she doesn't like me.
Yeah,
it's like, maybe he gets over that pretty quickly. There are some shows where that is done very fast, and there are some where that continues on for so long.
I hope so.
Yeah. Very of the times, had an older school vibe to the feminist elements, though not as aggressively as so would show up later in the show.
Interesting.
Where they treat the allegation of Kara being gay as an insult. I haven't seen this episode, apparently. They don't in this episode.
No, she's just like, I'm not gay.
Maybe there's like a fucking news press about Supergirl of like, is Supergirl gay? That sounds interesting. I hope that's what it is.
Yeah.
The episode's called...
I hope it's like the community one where the dean has to come out.
Oh, yeah. Fucking love that episode. Oh, no, I closed the comment. Damn, I'll have to check that out. I would have had some younger writers and made it more intersectional. Notably, a total lack of queer characters. Yeah. I love this comment so much so far. I would at least like them to imply that Alex is closeted in the first scene with Kara. The whole vibe of the social commentary needs more of an intersectional approach. Yeah, that's fair.
I feel as though that's what we were trying to get to as well.
Yeah.
Some different voices.
Yeah. Like I said, I love that this is written by a woman, but it's very much spearheaded by like the same kind of type of people.
Yeah.
Especially like the further up the ladder you go.
Yeah.
Yeah. They don't know what to do with some characters, especially Alex, so the sister. That said, the dynamic of Kara and Alex as siblings was a win from day one and a solid foundation. I agree with that. I like the siblings. I probably wouldn't have introduced Kara having a crush yet. I would like to see her go on a few dates that go nowhere, complain about disappointing men to Alex.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Who was that?
This is one person. This is a gender issues TOA. Sick.
Hell yeah, gender issues TOA.
You're sick.
We're absolutely on the same wavelength.
Yeah. Maybe have her and Wynn date exactly once and they both get exacerbated and have it be such a comic disaster that they mutually decide they're better as friends, but that's more of a season-long thing than a pilot. You could do a lot more with the DEO as a former Black Ops group being turned into more benevolent Men in Black organization under John, but that's more of a season-long thing than a pilot thing as well. So honestly, it sounds like it just puts our views in a smarter way.
Yeah.
Of just, could have used some extra voices and a bit more just ironing out the themes.
Yeah.
And maybe over the season it will. But this isn't, we're not one of those shows that watches full season.
No.
Can you imagine if we watched like
episode 2 or
just all of it?
Yeah. The whole season.
We're just like
first time season.
You know, Still Got Legs, that podcast me and Garen like. They had another podcast called Another Happy Pod where they would mostly talk about films, but they would sometimes do episodes on like a season of a TV show.
That could be interesting.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot to talk about. We'll eventually do it for All Hail the King, where we'll have to talk about TV shows. But can you imagine if we were like, I mean, it couldn't be a weekly podcast.
Yeah.
But like, I can see the appeal of this is off topic now.
Sometimes we do that though when we
cover stuff. We know things.
We'll cover it and we sort of discuss the show in general.
Yeah. I love the idea of a rewatch podcast. I've floated the idea about like me and Val doing like a Glee one or things like that. Honestly, if we had a friend that was into the Arrowverse, when this eventually finishes, or like, you know, not even that, I mean, it doesn't have to be a long one.
I think
I could fully see myself doing like an Arrowverse podcast.
I think if you were to do that, you'd need to do episode chunks rather than
individual. Maybe you could do
because otherwise
like
I feel as though you get really burnt out.
2 episodes a week or something, or like a couple. Some people do that. Some people don't do like 1 episode a week. Because like I said, if you do 1 episode a week, you will be there until like 2039.
Yeah, this will be a 10-year long.
Yeah. So, you know, I can imagine you doing like episodes 1 to 5 of Arrow.
Yeah.
Episodes 5 to 10. 5 episode blocks, essentially.
Yeah, I think that would work.
And I think that could work in the sense of when you eventually get to like all of them are running, you do like, kind of like when the shows would air, when you'd have an Arrow, a Flash, a Supergirl. You kind of do it in like weekly blocks, really as if you're watching it like as it was airing.
Yeah, that would be a really good way to... That'd be a good companion piece.
Yeah. If anyone wants to do a CW Arrowverse podcast with me, because literally none of our friends have watched it. And I wouldn't expect any of you to watch it now. Unless out of nowhere, you will never fucking do this, but out of nowhere, Karen was just like, I actually want to watch all of them for the first time.
Maybe, who knows?
I would do it.
Put that on the back burner.
Yeah. If anyone's interested, email me.
You've had a little taste. Yeah. You're relapsing in your DC
I'm tempted.
world.
I am so tempted to just like low commitment. Because I've told you about this. I do this thing of like, I'll scroll on YouTube looking for something to watch. I think if I had like, you know, an 1,000 episode show to just like, I don't know what to watch and I've got 40 minutes, fuck it, I'll check it out. Especially with it all being on ITVX.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I forgot. So ITVX, I don't pay for it, so it does have ads. So every ad break, it was a Subway sponsorship before the ads and after the ads. So every time I was watching Supergirl, it's like, I'm enjoying this. Oh, I like this scene. And then it's just like, Subway.
Damn, I really want a Subway.
Damn, honestly.
They should have called the show Subway.
Subway Girl. No.
Subway Girl. Girl.
Super Sub.
Super Sub? That's fucked up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Any other final thoughts?
I'm just trying to think of what my Arrowverse podcast would be called.
We need to stop doing admin whilst we're recording. We do this on All Hail the King as well.
We do. I don't know. It always depends how much of I leave it in. But yeah, no, I'm pretty tied together. I'm very excited to watch Legends of Tomorrow, especially because that's a 2-part pilot. And I genuinely wonder, because of the structure of the show, if it will be way more unique than the other ones.
Yeah, it'll be nice to have something slightly different.
Yeah, even if makes no fucking sense.
And then we return to the status quo of
Batwoman. Yeah.
Where she has a cave with her friends.
Yeah.
But also her real life counterpart.
Yeah. We can talk about Ruby Rose when we get to Batwoman.
Ruby Rose is in there?
Yeah, she's Batwoman.
She's Batwoman?
Yeah.
I'm not excited. I thought Batwoman was black.
She is in series 2.
They replaced her?
Yeah. Because of like, there's multiple reasons. There's a lot of controversy around it, but like partially injury and like back behind the scenes stuff.
Really?
Yeah. So you're right. I can see the promo image of Batwoman you're thinking of.
And it's just like, what?
Like,
okay.
Well, it was just like, yeah, they just like put her in blackface.
Oh no.
No. I have never seen a single episode of Batwoman.
This will be fun.
So that'll be interesting. I have seen the pilot of Legends of Tomorrow. Gun to my head, you could not get me to tell you what
I thought
happens.
you watched quite a bit of.
I did. Gun to my head, you couldn't get me to tell you what it's about.
Okay.
I watched like 3 seasons of Legends of Tomorrow. Maybe when I watch the pilot, I'll remember it.
Yeah, I'll come back to you.
Yeah, but that's for next week. Any parting thoughts before I do admin?
I don't want this to ever come across wrong. I love women more than you could ever understand.
I completely understand. Not like I don't understand your love for them. It's more just, yeah, I love women.
I'm just saying all this about the show. Oh god!
But we're saying this because we want it to be so much better.
Yeah.
Like we probably have been more critical of this than Arrow and the Flash, but like I love Arrow and the Flash, but also I don't give a shit about those boys.
Yeah.
I want the girl show to be the best show.
Yeah.
You know, I want her to have everything.
I want her to have everything.
If Melissa Benoist is listening, I hope you are so happy and thriving.
Yeah.
I don't know if she acts anymore. I don't know what she's doing.
Honestly, just take that back and have a good time.
Take that Glee money, take those residuals from those songs, take the Supergirl money. Just chill. I don't know. I'm curious if she's doing anything right now. Let's have a look. I know Jeremy Jordan is. He's like on Broadway every other week.
Oh,
he's very talented. Melissa Benoist.
No.
She's 37. Damn, that means she was like 2015, 10 years ago. She was 20. Oh, she was. Oh,
was she younger than us?
She was our age when she was in Supergirl, which means she was younger than us when she was in Glee.
We were at that. It's okay. Does she have a podcast?
Maybe that's what she's up to. Let's have a look. Oh, she 2018, she made her Broadway debut as Carole King in the jukebox musical Beautiful, the Carole King musical.
Oh, there you go.
That's interesting. I didn't know that. I'm glad she's still singing.
Okay, wrap it up. We gotta...
Okay, let me just find out what she's doing. On December 24th, December 2024, it was announced Benoist would star in the new NBC drama. Cool, she's still doing things. Good for her. I hope she gets so much money. I wish nothing but the best one. She was in Sondheim. Oh, no, the Beautiful was at the Sondheim Theatre.
Ah.
Good for her. I'm sure she was very good at that. Benoist was featured in the Super Duper Minecraft musical.
There's a Minecraft musical?
Which was made for the Minecraft Super Duper graphics pack in November. What? Okay, I can't go in there. I guess I can't go into that. I guess there's a Minecraft musical. Okay, that's all I need to know. I don't need to know anything more about the Minecraft musical. If you liked this episode and you'd like to support the podcast, please give us 5 stars on your podcast platform, on your podcast platform of choice.
On your podcast.
No, don't point out my flaws. You can follow us at firsttimeflyerspodcast on Instagram and TikTok, where we post shorts and some out of context memes from the episodes, and sometimes funny pictures of ourselves.
When we're just feeling a little bit silly.
A little silly.
I'm still a little like a silly goose.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I didn't have any pictures of me dressed as Supergirl from university.
Oh, no.
No. I did wear a Superman costume at some point, where I did the whole shirt thing with a Superman shirt under. Mm-hmm. But I don't think I have a picture of that. And besides, that's Superman, not Supergirl. So you can follow us at First Time Flyers Podcast. You can find these on YouTube, where our other podcast, All Hail the King, is, where we look at Stephen King stuff on Pod One Out Studios. And if you have any thoughts about upcoming episodes, you can see our next couple of months' episodes on the Instagram. You can email us at firsttimeflyerspodcast any thoughts you have, and we will read them out. No matter
regardless of how mean they are.
Yeah, genuinely. You can
write slurs.
You can say what you want. Yeah, go wild.
Thanks for listening.
Thank you for listening.
We hope you have a super day.
Yeah, a super day.
You have a super day.
We hope you have a Supergirl day.
Woohoo!
Goodbye.
That was so blown out.